Hello, you guys. Welcome to today's training that is all about humanizing AI content. With AI generated content becoming a standard tool in blogging, and we're not against it, we actually use it. It's okay. Putting a truly human touch on it is more crucial now than it's ever been before because so many people are using it, right? Today, we will identify common mistakes that bloggers are making with AI, artificial intelligence, and how to evolve your content to connect with readers in a meaningful way that is authentic. It is possible. Okay.
Yeah. So last week, if you tuned in, we talked a lot about sounding like a robot and not sounding like a robot. So I don't want you, this is different. This is a little bit different than last week's. We're actually going to put last week's video up there in that corner so that you guys can go watch that. It is a great segue into this one. So, and now I've lost my place on our document. You will have to give me 2 seconds. So what you're going to learn today, you're going to learn the perils of poor quality control and how to ensure your content is accurate and credible. You're going to learn tips to inject personality and emotion into AI content so that you can foster deeper connections. And you're going to learn how to build and sustain a consistent brand voice using AI tools.
That's right. So what are you going to walk away with? That's important. It's important to know what you're going to walk away with for your time, right? Number one, you're going to walk away with a clear strategy to produce AI-driven content that feels authentic, feels engaging, okay? If your content cannot be those two things, there is no point in doing this, all right? Number two, practical steps to refine your editing and revision process for higher quality output. You cannot just copy and paste, okay? And number three, inspiration to evolve your blog by blending the best of AI with the best of human oversight and creativity. And those two together are going to be the perfect formula. So,
even with AI saving you time, human touches set your brand apart. So don't miss the mark. Before we dig into the mistakes that you're making, I want you to go ahead and grab your free printable. Let me stick that up on the board. Text the word human to 251-644-6701, but make sure you come back here, leave us a comment, like the video, all of the things, because every action that you take on our content actually helps others to find us. And when we each do better, when we individually do better, our entire industry does better, right?
For sure.
Okay, all right. So poor quality control damages credibility, guys. What is the habit, Crystal, that they're doing?
All right, so here is the habit that you need to stop. Okay, and that is relying purely on raw AI output without fact checking or without editing. AI is amazing, but you have to make sure that it's giving you the right information and that it's not taking information from someone else, copy paste, and now you've got duplicate content on the internet. Okay, so what action do you use to replace it? Fact check, edit, and bring human oversight to every single piece of this process. Okay. So why is this habit harmful if you're just taking the initial output, copy paste, and walking away? AI tools aren't perfect. They're only as accurate as the data that they are trained on. Okay. Publishing unchecked content can hurt your reputation by giving out incorrect information to the consumer that is reading your content. And in turn, a lot of times it sounds like a robot, and that's a problem. So what should they do different?
Yeah. So the truth that actually works. Human oversight, so looking back over things with your eyes, that's what oversight means. Human oversight ensures content accuracy, credibility, and alignment with your brand's standards. So you've got to fact check and revise to make that AI content reliable and trustworthy. And I'm just going to go ahead and tell you, because I see it all the time. If you're constantly looking for an easy way to run your business, like constantly, I just need an easier, faster way to make money, then maybe this isn't the business for you, right? Yes, we want to streamline. Yes, we want to do, but we don't want to just do easy. We want to make sure that we're providing value. Okay, so your actionable steps. Number one, after generating content with AI, make sure you cross check those critical facts, the statistics, any claims that you have made against all reliable sources. Number two, you need to edit to fine tune your grammar, your readability, your tone. You can use AI tools to help you with that, like Grammarly or Hemingway for a polished pass. And number three, add a final layer of proofreading so that you ensure that the content maintains journalistic or industry standard accuracy. If you are Southern and you write with a Southern voice, I want to make sure it shows in my words, then you need to go into AI and make sure that it's saying y'all or gonna or fixing to or whatever those eloquisms are that you use in your dialect and in the way that you write on your blog. Because I've talked about it before, I write on my blog the way that I speak, as opposed to like reports or things like that. I don't write the way that I speak, right? I want to keep that personalization in there. Crystal, can you give us an example?
Yep. So here's an example. If AI generates a blog post saying 75% of businesses use marketing software, verify that that's true. Okay, look for recent studies to ensure that that statistic is correct and relevant. I can't tell you how many times I ask AI something and it spits out something that I know right off the bat because I'm a guru in whatever it is that I'm having it write about. I know right off the bat that that's not true, right?
Right.
So we have to pay attention to that stuff. Just because AI said it doesn't mean that it's true. All right. So you need to be very, very aware of that and do fact checking. That's one of the easiest things that you can do.
Yeah, I mean, it could have been true. It could have been true in 2010, but that doesn't mean it's true today.
Right.
Right.
Right. So here's the next myth or bad habit that we're going to talk about. And that is that when you create content that's personality free, it's going to fall flat. And a lot of times AI content is personality free. Okay.
Right.
How do we overcome that?
So, the deadly habit that you're doing is publishing bland, emotionless content that lacks personal touches. I say it a lot in our 6-figure program. If you're interested in that, there's a link down in the description. But anybody can find the answers that they're looking for on the internet, right? So, why will they come to you? They're not coming to you for the answer. They're coming to you for your personality, for yourself. It's like I told my pastor the other day. They're not coming to this church for God. They can find God anywhere, right? They're coming here for the connection. So they're coming to your blog for the connection. They can find the answer anywhere. They're coming for the connection. They're coming for you. So bland, emotionless content that lacks those personal touches. So what do you do? What action do you need to do to replace that deadly habit? It's easy. It's very obvious. Add personality and emotion to boost that reader engagement. Make them feel like they're actually reading from a person and that person cares. Okay? Because this bland, emotionless content is harmful because AI content sounds sterile and you're offering that information without connection. Where's the connection? Readers need warmth, they need relatability, they need emotional appeal, and they need to feel seen in order to keep coming back to your site.
Right. Okay. So what is actually going to work? When you add humor, when you add storytelling without messing up your SEO, okay, we teach you how to do that. When you add those personal touches to your content, it makes it approachable. It makes it memorable. It makes it real. It makes it relatable. That's what we're going after here. We've said for years, you have to be able to write for a bot that needs to know how to index the content, and you have to be able to write for a human who needs that connection and needs to relate to you. Okay. Readers should feel like they're connecting with you and not a machine. All right. So here are the actionable steps. Number one, write introductions that hook the readers with curiosity or emotion. Have you ever struggled with, but also writing it in a way that the bots know how to index it? We teach you in 6-figure how to do both of those. Sprinkle in relatable anecdotes or examples that reflect your human experiences. Okay. And number three, use simple conversational language and address your readers directly. Imagine this, or have you considered, or how can you, when you're talking to them, how can you make it feel like they're talking to a friend? That's something that's very important to me. I like to present things not in a, overly polished, perfect, poised way. I like to present things when I'm presenting in person or in writing in a conversational way so that people see I'm human. Okay. Give them an example.
Yeah. So instead of adding a generic hook line like AI can help you save time, right? That's generic. That was probably generated by AI. Use a personal anecdote such as so there's your personal, I was struggling to post consistently. That's their struggle. Their struggle is that they can't post consistently, right? So I was struggling to post consistently before using AI, but now it's my secret weapon for staying on schedule. So now I have talked to your problem, post consistently. I've told you that I was there. I get it, girl. Been there, done that. And now I have alluded to the fact that I can change your life. So now you want to keep reading to find out, okay, how are you using this as your secret weapon for staying on schedule, right? So number 3, the third thing is a lack of brand voice really, really, really creates that confusion. If you don't know what your voice is, then neither does your reader.
Right. That's very true. So, what is the deadly habit that you need to stop doing? Stop publishing content without consistency in the tone, in the message, and in the value. So, when somebody reads a blog post, okay, they read blog post number 1, and then they go on to read blog post number 2, and they're like, well, this feels like it was written by someone else. This doesn't even feel like it's the same author. That's not consistency in your tone and your messaging or in the value that you're giving them or in what you stand for, right? What you're the guru on. So here's the action that you need to replace. Build and maintain a strong, authentic brand voice in all AI outputs. Listen, AI is easy to use. I'll give you that, okay? Everybody has ChatGPT on their phone now, like everyone, right? However, it's only as good as the information that you give it. Okay. So, and it's only as good as the information that you're willing to ensure is correct and edit and fact check. So, why is this habit harmful? If your audience can't recognize your unique voice, they'll struggle to trust you and your authenticity. They will struggle to trust that you are the guru on this topic that they are needing your help in, that you are solving the problem for. And even worse, an inconsistent tone is going to confuse readers and weaken your credibility. But when AI is done right, it doesn't matter if Crystal wrote the blog post, or if Crystal's writer Alex wrote the blog post, or if Crystal's writer Kelsey wrote the blog post. It should be a consistent tone and level of authority and presentation across no matter who's writing it and no matter what tool they're using to help them. So the truth that works, a well-defined brand voice creates familiarity and trust with your audience. We've been saying in a lot of our trainings, like no trust, that still exists. Your messaging should reflect your values, your personality, and what makes your brand unique every single time. Because you don't know, just because you know the 10 blog posts that preceded this current blog post that you're working on, this new person that just found you via Pinterest, they don't know all those 10 or 5,000 blog posts that came before this one. So every blog post needs to be consistent. Okay. What steps can they take?
So here are your actionable steps. Number 1, define your brand voice. Define it by asking, what 3 words describe my brand the best? For example, inspirational, informative, approachable, right? Southern hospitality. Like what describes your brand? Number 2, use prompts when you generate that AI content, such as write this in a, what are those brand words? Inspiration, informative, and approachable tone, right? Whatever those words are, use that every single time so that you make sure that you're aligning that content with your voice. And number 3, always review the AI outputs to make sure they align with your voice before publishing. Adjust phrases or expressions to reflect your brand style. If you don't say moreover in regular conversation, make sure you take that out because AI loves the word moreover.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Yeah. What are the things that you don't want it to say that don't sound like you? So here's an example. If your brand tone is encouraging and educational, refine an AI written call to action like order now into something that's more on brand, such as take the first step towards your goal today. If you don't say moreover, if you don't say, are you looking for blah, 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 teach AI more of what your tone is so that it sounds like you. Okay. All right. Final micro habit challenge. Think about the last blog post that you published. You're as good as your last blog post. Okay. I want you to think of it that way. Here's your challenge for today. But first, let's throw the phone back on the screen. So that phone number, text the word human, 251-644-6701, just the word human, and our automation is going to send you a printable for today. Okay. Now tell them what the habit is that they need to do.
Get the challenge. Here we go. Micro habit challenge. Like Atomic Habits says micro habits. Choose one recently published post that you utilized AI for. Go into it and revise 3 sentences personality to align with your voice for ability. That's it. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy. I mean, you know what? Y'all need to post, go to AI and identify 3 sentences that sound like they were created by AI. Then you know exactly which ones to go edit. Okay? Because it'll tell you. Remember, AI is to help you. Use it in those ways. But the human touch is what creates that lasting impact. You're equipped with the tools to use AI effectively. So go make your content shine. You've got this. Keep refining and watch how powerful authenticity can be in building your blogging empire.
Yep. All right, guys. That's it. We will see you in the next video. Go and do some binge watching of all the things that we share here. Don't forget, send the word human to the phone number. If you do that and it doesn't come through, that means that you've likely D&D'd us or you did more than the word human. So just the word human. If you D&D'd us, message the word start, wait about 5 seconds, and then message the word human, and you will get your printable. And don't D&D us again. Okay? All right, guys. We'll see you in the next video.